Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lisa Ware, Senior Group Leader. Lovely to have you along. Today, we're doing a follow along from 2 weeks ago, because last week we talked about the price increases that are happening on the 1st of April. But prior to that, we talked about QD, QD Star, and SQD, and Future Team Leader. Today, we're going to talk about getting to team leader. And of anything at all, I would really truly say if you can grasp the metal with this, it's do this well, and all you have to do is rinse and repeat because the whole business is set upon this structure that we're about to deal with. And it is all about building what we call team leader pods. Okay. There is a lot in it. It's not, I'm not just going to show you the structure. And this is why I think I might do this over 2 weeks. I'm really going to talk about how you create team leaders, because that's really what it's about. Okay. So there's going to be a lot of sharing my screen. I kind of suggest you jot down some notes. I am recording this, so it's fine. But I want to share with you, first of all, my screen, and I'm going to my partner portal, the desktop. And I believe you are. Val, if you can give me a thumbs up, are you seeing my desktop where it says Free Energy Club? Marvellous, marvellous. So here's something to share with you, just an off-the-cuff little statement because it's interesting. As you know, they branded me, head office, a Free Energy Club ambassador because last year I did the minimums right through. And then I had a rather defunct January, and I was quite happy to share that with people. In fact, I shared it at the Bournemouth Buzz. No matter what I did, nothing seemed to happen. Now, I'm also going to share with you that this month it's going the other way. And I'll tell you why. Because I've put in a lot of legwork in January. It just didn't come off in January. So had I done a lot of legwork in December, you could possibly say January would have come off. So the reason I'm explaining this is if we want continuity and consistently, we have to be consistent in our activity. So it's that same old simile, isn't it? You cannot get a super body if you only go to the gym once a month. It's the same with UW. If you want a good business, you've got to keep doing it consistently. So what you're probably seeing is my front page of my partner portal, and you'll notice now I'm well in. I'm on 7 points. In fact, today I've just gained another 4. Okay. And tomorrow there'll be another, at least another 6. So I'm actually going to be like probably by the end of this month, I'm probably going to be on about 25 points. And that's because I did work in January and it's now coming off. Does that make sense? So it's like keep it going. So just I thought I'd point that out because it's good for you to see. So where you're going to go, first of all, is to live training and events. And this is possibly not what you were expecting about team leader, but I want to share this because this is important. I'm not going to talk about power up or anything. I want to share with you. It's a bit weird. You need to go down almost to the bottom. Now, getting to team leader is there, but this is a course and they're all virtual. There's real people there. They're not virtual. They are real people like I am talking. Okay. But it means you don't have to leave your lovely warm home. Okay. But I would say to you, if you don't do this other stuff, it's pointless doing this because that in its own doesn't mean a lot. So let me just show you what I've been taking a look and I want to share what I feel you should be doing. So if you've got nothing going on for half an hour tonight, and it is tonight, Tuesday the 18th, 6:30 to 9 to 7 o'clock, sorry, 6:30 to 7 o'clock, you could jump on. Here it is. Hang on a minute. Let's get the right one. Here we are. Getting multi-service customers. Let's click it. There it is. And there's more. But the reason I'm saying this is in order to get to team leader, you too have to have customers. And you've got to have a minimum of 10 customers. So do you know what? I would say that if you might have done it once, but do it again, because I promise you, you'll pick up something. Okay. Really, really good. And that's only half an hour of your time and it's free. So let's go back to up and coming events. Then I would say to you, tomorrow evening, if you haven't done it, or even if you did it ages ago, it would be a great evening to do this one. Let me just get to it. Sorry, I'm probably making your eyes go. There we go. Insights, getting to future team leader. That's tomorrow. Let me show you. Here, have you got an hour? Tomorrow evening, 8 till 9. Book it. It's free. Because you can't get to team leader unless you're a future team leader. So actually, there you are. And I would even go so far as to say that this is an absolute mandatory thing to do, even if you're a senior team leader or a group leader, because I do these regularly. Do you know why? Because I want to know what my team are getting. And invariably, I still pick up some tips. Right, here we go. Let's go back again. I bet you weren't expecting this, were you? So what else do you need to get to team leader? Well, you've got to have a few skills. Okay, so how about telephone skills? Now, I won't click on it because you can do that, but I'll tell you what, that one is 3/4 of an hour. It's 6 to 7:15, and the next one available is the 4th of March. Okay, so there's another one you can put in your diary. And then to get to team leader, you have to have some partners in your team. So actually, you need to be kind of know what you're doing about recruiting, don't you? So actually, do you know what you could do with? There's one called, and let's go to it, effective recruiting. And guys, that one's coming up this Saturday, the 22nd of February. Only half an hour of your time, 10 to 10:30. How cool is that? Effective recruiting. Absolutely brilliant. So you're going to say, well, Lisa, that's a lot of courses. And I'm going to say to you, when you first started a job, how much of your time was spent learning? Actually, quite a bit. Does this mean that you think this could be shortchanged and not learn? Well, actually, you do need to learn. All right. So I would say to you that all that I've pointed out is really good. Now, the one you're looking at and the one that you care about is this, getting to team leader. So let's click that. And hey ho, the very first one is Saturday, the 1st of March. And I want you to notice something. It's 2 hours. It's 10 till 12. So can you see why I'm saying to you, I'm talking about getting to team leader. I can't do this justice in half an hour. All right. I'm touching it at the moment and I might continue this next week because it's really important. Because it says here, and this is really mindful for you, by the end of the course, you'll know what you need to do or to develop to get to TL, how to identify potential partners and where to find them, how to preempt and overcome objections, the 4 parts of form, and how you can use these to identify people's needs and wants that becoming a partner could help you with, how to confidently use the tools available to show more people the business opportunity, how to mentor and support your new team members, and the importance of personal development and encouraging your team to attend events. Guys, is that that's a lot of stuff, isn't it? And that's why it's 2 hours. And I'll tell you now, each and every one of you, if you could put aside that 2 hours on Saturday, the 1st of March, you'll be doing yourself a real favour. However, you may be with me on Saturday, the 1st, doing the big get together. Ah, right. Okay. So they clash. So if they do, you could always book this on Thursday, the 20th of March. And there is one that is, it's there. Okay. There's another one there. And that is 7 o'clock till 9 p.m. in the evening. All right. So I've shown you a lot of trainings because I've got to say this, it's so important. There's no short change to this at all. All right. There really, really isn't. But now I'm going to show you something that can help you in the meantime. So if you click on your partner portal, the learning portal, and on your A to Z, click that. And then I want you to click P for planning for promotion. All right. Because if we click that, a lot of things are going to come up. Wow, look at this lot. Getting to QD star, getting to future team leader, getting to team leader, getting to senior team leader, getting to group leader, getting to senior group leader. Everything's there. But there's something I'm going to show you first, and I'm going to make it large, and I'm going to press play and allow you to watch, and hopefully your internets will allow for this. So let's see what it says. Let's see if this will work.
Legs and downlines. How team structure works. Before we explore how to know what you need for your next promotion, let's go over the terms we use to describe the structure of your team. On the partner portal, you'll see your team page after clicking on My Business. You're at the top, and the people that you personally recruit are called your front line. The next term you need to know is your downline. This includes all of the people below you, both people you personally recruit and the people they recruit. Lastly, there's a team leg. This is the collection of team members in a line, and each separate person on your front line starts a different leg. For example, Kim joins the business. From her point of view, she's on level 1. She recruits Paul, who becomes front line to Kim on level 2. Kim then recruits Sally, who also becomes front line to Kim on level 2, but on a separate leg to Paul. Paul then recruits Jane, who becomes front line to him on level 2. But in relation to Kim, Jane is on level 3 and in her downline rather than her immediate front line.
Okay. Did that make any sense? I'm going to stop the share a minute and say to you, did that make sense? There's you and you're level 1. And if you recruit someone and they are immediate to you, they are your front line. If you recruit someone else and you placed them in someone that's your front line, they become your downline, and it's called a leg. Yeah. So with that in mind, I now want to show you the structure of team leader. So how do you get to this? Where you press this here, getting to team leader. Okay. Now I've got one prepared, and here it is. So let's just make this slightly smaller so you can see. Right, here we go. So what do you need for a team leader? Well, you, as a minimum, need 10 personal customers. As a group, the minimum is 50. And as a minimum of what we call front people direct to you separately, you need what we call 3 qualified distributors. Now, guys, let's do the maths here. So here's the sheet, and you can print these off yourself. If you had 10 of 10 and you had 3 QDs, each a QD member is only 3 customers. It doesn't take a lot. Even I could do that maths. That only comes to 19 group customers, which isn't the minimum for the group customers you need, which is 50. So, in essence, these people would have to have a lot more customers. You would have to have a lot more customers. In the old days, and I'm sounding old now, I say this, once upon a time when I began, a team leader, a QD, had to have a minimum of 12. To become a QD, you had to have 12 customers. So 3 12s are 36. Plus 10, now you were on 46. Actually, it was only another 4, and there was team leader because you needed 12. Then they brought it down to 6. Now they've brought it down to 3, but they haven't changed the structure of team leader. So what's the reality? Do you think these people are going to go super duper duper go mad and get loads and loads and loads of customers? Probably not. What's going to happen is you're probably going to recruit more partners. And it won't look like this. It could well look like this. Are you seeing STL Planner? Alan, could you put your finger up for me if you're seeing that? Are you seeing STL Planner? You are. Yeah? Okay. So it's because I'm only seeing a few people. Can I just ask, are you seeing STL Planner just then? Thank you. So I have to make sure. Right. Now you're probably thinking, but Lisa, you said this is about getting to team leader. Yes, it is. It is. But in reality, you're not going to do it, unlikely, with just 3 distributors. You're probably going to do it with a lot more. Now, I want you to forget that that says TL, because for senior team leader, you need 2 team leaders and 3 qualified distributors as a minimum. So here's my stance. If you're going for team leader, you want to recruit a minimum of 5 and place them front line to you. Because what you then do is you are actually starting to create your senior team leader. And you shouldn't be putting people under people until you've got 5. So I'm going to go back to TL and say to you, instead of just 3, your first 5 recruits all want to be direct to you, not putting somebody under somebody at this point. Does that make sense? Yeah. It tells you a little bit about this. This is worth printing off. But I want to share with you something important. It says go the extra mile to achieve the following bonuses. So when you achieve team leader within 6 months of registering as a partner yourself, there's a bonus of £300. And that would be, I'm just going to stop the share. That would be in addition to other bonuses. So if you've begun and you've got, for example, QD Star, which if we remember is 6 customers and 1 a partner with their own customer, do that within 30 days of registering and you've got yourself a bonus of £500. If you do the QD Star within 45 days, you get a bonus of £300, not 500. And then there's more bonuses for SQD and for future team leader. In fact, what the company's done, I can't quite believe this. They are giving a lot of money up front for people. And to me, it would be utter madness not to go for it. Because when I started, there wasn't QD Star, there wasn't Senior QD, there wasn't SQD, there wasn't Future Team Leader. You went QD and then it was Team Leader. And that's how it was. But now there's all these smaller stepping stones with all these extra bonuses. So actually, it's really important to do these other courses like Future Team Leader, doing that little course, doing them all. So within 6 months of you registering, you will have probably already earned a load of money. Now, a caveat to that, I'm going to share my failing. I've already shared that I missed out in January on my free energy. Hey, actually, Alan and Lindsay were there in the room, and I did say it, didn't I? Yeah, because I actually believe there is no harm in admitting that it doesn't always work out. What else didn't work out for me? Well, I guess I'm a bit of a failure because I joined on the 6th of November 2002. And then I allowed life to get in the way. And we can call it whatever we want. We can make all the excuses under the sun. And I certainly did. And I gathered one customer a month for 2 years. Now, there was 1 month when I didn't gather a customer. And it was the second March in. So it was quite a long way down the line. And in those days, we used to receive a commission statement in the post. That's how it was all very old fashioned, right? And this commission statement arrived, and I was horrified. There wasn't a single penny I was going to earn. Zero. And I remember getting on the phone instantly to Rob Barris and saying, Rob, I've not earned anything. I know it was small before, but I've not earned anything. And he turned round and he said to me, Lisa, I did say to you, if you don't do the very minimum of one customer a month, because you're under 20 personal customers, you get nothing. Zero. And I remember saying to him, who's had my money? He said, Charles Wiggader. And I turned round and said, he's never having my money ever again. And he hasn't. I think it was pride. I think I was fuming. How dare I not earn any money? And I remember thinking, right, I'm going to do this. And it struck home. I'm going to make myself a success. And how can you do that? Well, do you know what? Train yourself up to the best you can be. And I cannot shortchange that. So, team leader, it was something that kind of took a while because there was no stepping stones in between. There was no extra money in between. And by the way, that bonus was always £300. Now, I want you to think about this. I took 2 years to get to one customer a month. It doesn't take a lot to work out. I didn't do a lot, did I? I never had any team leader bonus. I've never had the senior team leader bonus. I've never had the group leader bonus. I never had the SGL bonus. I've not had a single what we call timeline promotion bonus. Not one. And I'm sure that if Wes Linden watches the replay, he won't be very happy with me admitting all this. Okay. He's going to say, what a failure, Lisa. I want to ask you, do you think I'm a failure? Do I think I'm a failure? Do you think I even care about those bonuses? And I'm giving you a perspective that's a true one. Because yes, they're lovely things to achieve and why not go for them. But do you know, in the scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Because if you build that residual income and you get yourself to over 50 personal customers, if you have a month or two and you have to put it down, yes, Lindsay, if you have a month or two, you still get paid everything. Happy days. That's Roz. That's Val and Steve, isn't it? Yeah. You still get paid. And it is formidable. And I don't know anything out there that does it. And I have to say, thank you so much. Now, there's a lady in the team that tonight she's not coming on the senior team leader to group leader meeting I hold once a month. And that's because she's very sadly just lost her brother suddenly. And she sent me a private note to say, I'm stepping back for a couple of months to get myself together, to sort the funeral, to do all the things. And I think she's in shock. And she actually wrote, she put her hands and she said, you know, the hands emoji, and said, thank heaven for residual income because you can have that time out. So I'm now going to say to you, yes, it's fabulous and build the team, but don't get too het up. Don't knock yourself if you don't achieve timeline bonuses. I'm not going to be cross with you. All right. And you shouldn't be cross with you. All right. I really do believe that. So I want to go back to it. Let's go back there. So to recap, and as I said, I'm going to make this probably next week as well. You want to recruit lots of people so that there'll be more than three. You will instantly, your first five, you're going to put them all front line because now I'll stop the share again. The more people that you have, the more activity there'll be. Is that true? Yeah. By and large, that's what happens. So it means you can get there faster. Now, I'm going to share something with you. There is a gentleman in the business who I can't remember his full name now, but he's under Celia Gadd, senior group leader, and he came in and he hit a target, and he went to in 17 days. Could you please mute yourself, the person that is ADRIA? If not, oh well, I'm gonna have to mute them. I don't know who they are. Right, there we go. So, he hit team leader in 17 days from starting. Now, how did he do that? He didn't do it all himself. He didn't. He hit the phones massively and he did recruit, but he also had an upline that was also recruiting and placing people in the team. That's the reality. Team stands for together, everyone achieves more. If you've not got that acronym, write it down. It was teamwork is dream work. Yeah. And loads of people doing lots. Guess what? It happened. He also had people helping support these new partners to get their customers. Okay. That's how it works now. I promise you, in those days, that sort of stuff didn't happen. So it took me a long time. Please don't copy me. I think it took me nearly 2 years to get to team leader. And I laugh about it, but I'm laughing because in the scheme of things, I've stuck with it and it doesn't matter now at all. Yeah. But it's worth doing these courses because when I joined, there weren't all these courses. Yeah, I know. I can see you nodding because you know there was College of Excellence getting started one and College of Excellence getting started two. And sometimes there might have been an extra little thing thrown in by somebody else like Steve Critch or Wes or somebody. But that was it. And we kept going back, didn't we? And repeating. Yeah. Because we know that we all learn by repetition. So, team leader, if you can master that, and really go for it. The reality is, if you can do it once, it's rinse and repeat. You can do it again. And everything, right? To get to senior group leader, the minimum, do you know you only need 11 team leaders? That's all it is, all in the right places. All right. And that's something for another day. I won't show you because it's irrelevant at this point. What I want to share is the importance of getting yourself skilled up, getting those courses under your belt, learning from others, turning up like Alan did and Lindsay did, turning up at a local buzz or go and visit some other buzzes and go over to people that are doing well, because that's the way that we actually get on. It doesn't just happen with one sitting. I can tell you, I went on the Saturday morning when it was Ram and Sam. I love that. What a great thing. And it was about being a better mentor. And I've been mentoring for years now. But do you know what? I picked up a few tips and thought that was worth attending. And I have to confess, I wasn't even on my computer. I actually was sat eating my breakfast and I had it on my phone. But this is the beauty, isn't it, of virtual? We can do this stuff. And I was writing some notes down and thought, wow, this is good. So I booked myself on lots of these because all the time I still pick up tips and ideas because I want to be the best version I can be. And I don't believe I know everything. I know a lot, but I can still learn. And if I ever get to the point where I think I'm so smug and conceited that I believe I know everything, I'd say that was a sad day. So, do we understand team leader? Minimum 10, group 50, minimum 3. It's not going to be that. You're probably going to have people come in. Now, I've brought in a lady that I believe is going to be phenomenal. And we did a first customer last night, 4 services. It was mum. We did her auntie and we made mum the referrer because mum's going to get £50 off her bill and auntie is not just going to get £50 off her bill, she's going to get another 100 at the moment, isn't she? And she took 4 services. Do you think my brand new recruit is feeling good? Yes. Tomorrow we're doing brother and wife, but I'm going to be on Zoom this time. I'm not going to be with them. They're going to be over in Dorchester and she's going to be with her brother and I'm going to be on Zoom. Now, all going well. By the way, the brother is a tenant, so she already understands she won't get upfront income. But she understands that if her brother says yes, she's done it in 2 days. She has done QD and she's already got lined up a load more. So what have I done? And I'm sharing this with you. I've said to her, you show willing, let's get you to QD star. Let's see if we can do it in 2 weeks. Absolutely possible. Yeah. I am placing partners that I recruit in her because I am rewarding her activity. Does that make sense? You don't reward non-activity. Yeah. Because I'll tell you this, there's a lot of people talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. Yeah. And that is, I can absolutely say that because I think I was the talk for 2 years. I talked a lot, but I didn't do a lot. Yeah. But she's actually on half term. They live in France. Okay, so they're not even here. She's come over, and in the half term 1 week, she's done all the training. We've done the fast start plan, and she's booking in those appointments. And the kids are dragging around with her. So, so her 2 children were in the other room as I was doing this with her aunt today, and it was the same at mum's. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. And tomorrow is the tester because she's going to be doing Zoom with me. I'm going to be at the end. So we've started the whole remote thing. And then when she gets back to France, it will be all remote, obviously. But she has a registered address here. So team leader is what she hasn't said, I want to be QD star. I want to be senior QD. I want to be future team leader. She said, so her words to me on the Fast Start plan. I've been having a look at this partner portal, she said, and I keep seeing something about a team leader. What's one of them? So on the Fast Start, I showed her, and she's turned around and said, I want to be a team leader. So there, and I will share this with you. No disrespects to Rob Barris, okay, at all. But I just saw do something once and get paid on it over and over again. Had I understood and been shown instantly that there's a bigger picture, which is a lot of people doing a little creates a lot, I possibly would have gone faster. I'm not blaming him because actually I could have probably found out myself, but I didn't. But the importance that when you bring someone in, actually do show them the bigger picture because it can make a difference. So, has anyone got any questions? And if not, then it will be kind of yes, unmute yourselves, guys. Do unmute.
Well, Lisa, just you said when you were recruiting people, put at least the first 5 people frontline to you. Obviously, this is a bit above where we are at the moment, but at what point do you stop putting people direct to you? When you have about 10 direct to you, you then start placing other people, though.
Right. Okay. You wouldn't want to put 10 direct to you. It's a great question you've asked, Lindsay. I'm ever so pleased you've asked it. You wouldn't, but you may if nobody works, because there's a lot of people join and they say they're going to do something and they don't do anything. Or does that just happen to me?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they say they're going to do something and they don't do anything. Yeah. So initially you want people on your front line that are working, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Does that help you answer that question? Marvelous. Anyone else for a question? Or are we okay?
Yeah.
Now, look, I've just realised next week is interesting. Next week, I will be actually driving on the road at 4:30 down to Cornwall, to the Cornwall Hotel and Spa to see the incredible Mr. Steve Critchley.
Ooh.
And I am actually taking new recruits with me. And I'm staying overnight in a hotel and everything. So I might get somebody like Mike Parnas, if he'll be so kind, to step in and possibly do another thing next week so there doesn't have to be a break in it. But I will follow this on. Okay, but my task to you, please book some trainings.
Yeah.
All right. You will learn loads and you'll go, oh, I wish I'd done that sooner. All right. And I won't see you next week, but I will see you the week after, but I'll make sure this keeps going. And thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye
Bye-bye.
bye.